When working with stories, we can open any recent stories from the home page or navigate to the Files area to access all content. Here, we can open any stories that we've created or that have been explicitly shared with us, or open the Public folder to view stories that have been made public. Note that we can flag stories as favorites to differentiate them from other content. Within a story, we can navigate between pages using the tabs under the toolbar. Filters can be applied to all pages in a story by activating the Story filter bar and choosing the Models, Dimensions or Measures, and Members. Here, we'll restrict the results to female employees. The values for the charts have changed to reflect the selection, and the filter is available on all pages. Note that only those charts that are based on the same model will be impacted. We can delete the filter from here. We can interact with the individual tiles in several ways, such as adjusting existing filters and drills and selecting individual chart components. Note that hovering the cursor over a data point displays additional information, while selecting the data point highlights the selection and updates any other charts that have been connected to it using linked analysis. Interactive features are available for the tile both on the page and in full screen mode. For example, if we select another data point, we can see the delta between the two values. For any selected data point, we can choose to filter or exclude the value, drill up and down in the hierarchy if one exists, or apply an access break. In the chart details, we can see any applied filters or drills. Note that in this case, there's a regular filter as well as a linked filter to indicate that the region selected in this chart is also filtering the other charts on the page. The linked filter is defined within the story itself and can't be removed, but we can delete the filter we just created. From the menu, we can view the controls or export the data for the chart, apply a sort, either alphabetically based on member name, or numerically based on the measure value, add a ranking to focus on top or bottom values, add a compound annual growth rate to the chart, if applicable, pin the tile to the home page, or add a comment. For outlier values, where a larger value makes it difficult to distinguish the smaller values in a chart, we can also apply an access break. For value driver trees, we can zoom in and out of different sections, and if we have the appropriate permissions, change values in the nodes. For GeoMouse, we can also zoom in and out, as well as resetting the map to the default view, focusing in on the data, and applying filters of various shapes. For tables, we can expand and collapse the hierarchies they contain, and if the underlying model is enabled for planning and we have the appropriate permissions, change values. Note that if we reset the story back to its original state, the changes that we make to versions, along with any comments we've added, are excluded from the reset. However, the changes that we made to the individual tiles have been undone. When we leave the story, we're prompted to choose whether to save our other changes. Thanks for watching.